Look at your bank account right now. Seriously, if you aren't saving at least $1,000 a month, you aren't bad with money. You've just been tricked into buying things that quietly destroy your wealth while pretending to make your life better. And I'm about to show you exactly what they are. Before this video ends, I'm going to reveal the single most dangerous purchase that almost every middle-class person makes. The one that feels like a reward, but is actually a financial trapdoor. I stopped buying this one thing, and my savings went up by $400 a month overnight. But first, let's talk about the 6 others that are bleeding you dry. My name is Thomas, and I spend way too much time thinking about the 7 things I stopped buying to save $1,000 a month. If you're someone who looks at your paycheck, wonders where it all went, and feels like you're working harder just to stay in the same place, make sure to subscribe because today isn't about budgeting harder. It's about cutting the invisible leaks you've been told are normal. Let me paint a picture. It's Friday night. You worked 40, maybe 50 hours this week. You're exhausted. Your brain says, I deserve this. So you order the Uber Eats. You buy that $6 latte on Saturday morning. You upgrade your phone because your current one is slow. Here's what most people believe. Small treats don't matter. They think wealth is built by cutting big things like rent or car payments. But that is exactly wrong. It's the small, repeated, harmless expenses that actually steal your future. Why? Because they have no resistance. You feel the pain of a $30,000 car once. You feel the pain of a $7 coffee every single morning. But here's the problem. Even when people know this, they keep buying. And there's a psychological reason that has nothing to do with willpower. Most people think they're addicted to the product. They're not. They're addicted to the story they tell themselves about the product. And this gets worse when you look at the actual math. Let's get uncomfortable. Here's where it gets expensive. Take that $6 coffee. 5 days a week. That's $30 a week. $120 a month. $1,440 a year. Now invest that $120 a month into the S&P 500 at a 10% average return for 10 years. You're not looking at $1,440. You're looking at over $24,000 for coffee that you peed out by noon. Now multiply that across the 7 things on this list. One subscription you forgot about, $15 per month. Pre-cut fruit at the grocery store. This is a big one, $8 extra per trip. Convenience fees on tickets. Bank fees. Delivery app markups. Add it all up, and the average person in my audience audit was leaking $980 a month without owning a single luxury item. And this is where it gets dangerous. Because once you cross $1,000 a month in waste, you aren't just losing money. You're losing time. Every $1,000 you save is 1 month closer to retirement. Every $1,000 you waste is another month at a desk you hate. Most people miss this connection entirely. You might be thinking, Thomas, I work hard. Why shouldn't I enjoy my money? I want you to hear me clearly. You should enjoy your money. But right now, you aren't enjoying it. You're numbing it. There's a behavioral finance concept called pain of paying. When you swipe a card, you feel less pain than handing over cash. When you click Buy Now on Amazon, you feel zero pain. And companies know this. So they've engineered a world where spending feels like nothing until the credit card bill arrives and you feel shame instead of joy. Here's the psychology trap. Your brain releases dopamine when you anticipate a purchase, not when you own the thing. You get the high from clicking order. Then the item arrives, sits on your counter, and becomes invisible. So you chase the next click. That's not enjoying your money. That's being a rat in a lever-pulling experiment. But let me tell you about the hidden truth that changed everything for me. Because once I saw this, I couldn't unsee it. And it's probably the opposite of every finance video you've watched. Here's what most people don't realize. Cutting expenses doesn't feel like deprivation. It feels like freedom, but only if you cut the right things. The traditional advice says, make a budget. Track every dollar. Use cash envelopes. That works for about 3% of people. The other 97% feel controlled, rebel, and binge spend by the 15th of the month. The hidden truth is this: you don't need more discipline. You need fewer decisions. Every time you walk into a grocery store and have to say no to the chips, the soda, the pre-made sandwiches, you use up willpower. By the time you hit checkout, you're exhausted. So you buy the $9 cookie cake. Not because you're weak, because you're out of fuel. So what's the solution? You automate the no. You change your environment so the bad choice isn't even available. I stopped buying the 7 things on this list permanently, not by fighting temptation every day, but by removing the option entirely. And here's where we get practical, because knowing the psychology is useless without action. So let me walk you through exactly what I cut, what I replaced it with, and how much showed up in my savings account. Thing number 1. Bottled drinks that I stopped buying. Bottled water, soda, and iced tea. A case of water costs $6. Tap water costs $0.001. But here's the real waste. A single Gatorade after the gym. $2.50. 3 times a week. That's $30 a month for sugar and salt. I bought a $20 reusable bottle 4 years ago. Savings per month, $45. Thing number 2. Extended warranties. Best Buy, Amazon, car dealers. They make billions off your fear. Here's the math. Extended warranties cost 20 to 50% of the item's price. But less than 5% of people ever file a claim. I stopped buying them on everything except a laptop. Instead, I put that $20 per month into a self-insurance savings bucket. Savings per month, $35. Thing number 3. Pre-cut produce. You are paying a lazy tax of 300%. A whole pineapple, $2. Pre-cut pineapple, $6. A bag of whole carrots, $1. Baby carrots, $3. I bought a $12 knife and spend 10 minutes on Sunday chopping. Savings per month, $60. Thing number 4. Food delivery apps. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub. Here's where the hidden math really hurts. That $15 burrito bowl, with delivery fee, service fee, small cart fee, tip, and the 30% markup on every menu item, you just paid $34. I stopped completely. Now I pick up takeout once a week as a treat, and I save $320 a month. You heard that right. $320. That's a car payment. That's a flight to visit your family. You might be thinking, but I'm too tired to cook. I hear you. So buy frozen meals from the grocery store. They cost $5, not $34. This one change alone took me from saving $200 a month to saving $520 a month. Thing number 5. New electronics. Here is the trap I mentioned at the beginning. The new iPhone, the new iPad, the new gaming console. The average person upgrades every 2 years. They spend $1,000 on a phone that does exactly what their old phone did, but slightly faster. I buy last year's model, refurbished, for half the price. I replace my laptop every 5 years, not every 2. Savings per month, amortized $50. But here's the real win. I stopped feeling behind. That's priceless. Thing number 6. Single-use cleaning products. Swiffer wet jets. Disposable mop pads. Single-use laundry sheets. Clorox wipes. You are paying for water and plastic. A Swiffer refill costs 50 cents per use. A reusable microfiber cloth costs 1 cent per wash. I bought a $15 spray bottle, filled it with vinegar and water, and cut my cleaning budget by 80%. Savings per month, $25. Thing number 7. And used subscriptions. This is the easiest $200 you will ever save. The average person has $55 a month in subscriptions they forgot about. Gym memberships they don't use. Streaming services for shows they stopped watching. Software trials that converted. I did a full audit. I found a $9.99 iCloud storage fee, a $14.99 Peloton app, a $7.99 Apple Music, and a $12.99 Audible. That's $45 right there. Plus a $40 gym membership I hadn't used in 4 months. Total, $85. Add the other 6 cuts, I hit $1,020 a month. Let me be honest with you. Cutting these things didn't make me feel deprived. It made me feel in control. Because every dollar I don't spend on a burrito delivery fee is a dollar I can invest. Or save for a real vacation. Or use to quit a job I hate 6 months earlier. The question isn't, can you afford this? The question is, what is this purchase stealing from your future? That $6 coffee isn't just coffee. It's $24,000 in 10 years. That delivery fee isn't convenience. It's one less month of freedom. You have two choices. You can keep telling yourself that small purchases don't matter, that you deserve a treat, that you'll start saving next month. Or you can do what I did. Cut 7 things. Save $1,000 a month. And watch your stress disappear faster than your bank account used to. Here's your assignment. Open your bank app right now. Find 3 subscriptions to cancel. Just 3. Then comment below, I cut the thing you're cutting first. I read every single comment, and I'll pin the best one. And if you want part 2, the 7 things I started buying to double my savings, make sure you're subscribed with the bell on. Because that video drops Thursday, and I promise it will change the way you see every single dollar. My name is Thomas. Stop buying things that keep you broke. And I'll see you in the next one.